So, Coach, first of all, it's a pleasure to have you here, and can you share your experience, your overall thoughts about this trip to Kaunas and also upcoming game against Žalgiris team?
Well, I've enjoyed the experiences so far. It's far different than anything I've gone through in terms of travel. Basketball's a lot like, obviously, I coached the Puerto Rican national team. Basketball's similar to that. It's a throwback when I coached in the NBA, the New York Knicks, years ago. Basketball was like this, a lot of isolations, many pick and rolls. The NBA has changed from those days. Now it's 6'10", 6'11" guys living at the three-point line. So I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a lot. I've really enjoyed the competition of the other teams. This team is very well coached. They run great things on offense. They help well on defense. From what I understand, this is the best arena in all of the EuroLeague, so I'm looking forward to it.
Lekavičius is one of your favorite guys so far in the Panathinaikos team. What made him so important in your rotation? What he impressed you the most?
Well, I made a living in college with guys like Skywalker because they give you maximum effort at both ends of the floor. He's fast. He's got a great attitude. He's been my best player, performance-wise. Now that surprises because when I first came here, they were talking about maybe he wouldn't be on the full roster, maybe just for the Greek League games or something like that. And so he's been our biggest surprise in terms of performance. Everything that I believe in athletically, he does. The only thing he does not do, he doesn't talk much. So I always try to tell him to yell out picks and yell out the plays, and he's very quiet, he's very humble, but I love him. I wish I had 13 guys like him with his heart.
Is he speaking more right now, being with you together? And maybe did you try to motivate him before this game, because you know it's special for him to come back to his former.
Yeah, I don't think he gets too high or too low. You know, he goes out there and he plays, just gives you 100%. So I don't think this will rattle him, and I don't necessarily think he's going to have a 40-point night either. You know, he's not James Harden.
Talking about this game, about Žalgiris and Coach Lekavičius, Lekavičius told that he faced you in NCAA like 25 years ago when he was playing for Maryland.
Right.
Do you remember any that matchup or something?
I don't. I don't think he played too much because he was a freshman. Who was his coach back then? Was it Gary Williams?
No idea.
Gary Williams, yeah.
Gary Williams, yeah. I think if the coach would have played him more, they probably would have beaten us. But he didn't play. I think he was a freshman. He played 5 or 6 minutes. But I followed his career. He was a great player at all levels, from college, the NBA, to EuroLeague. He was a great player, and now he's made himself into a great coach. Runs great offenses, plays hard at both ends of the floor. Very passionate the way he coaches. So I think he's outstanding.
In press conferences, you already shared some great stories. Do you have any great stories in your archives about Lithuanian basketball, about some Lithuanian experiences in, I don't know, in the US or what?
No, I don't really. I haven't. This is the first time here, but very few countries, basketball's #1. And in this country it is, because you've had unbelievable success. For a small country, you've had unbelievable success in basketball. So even in the States, I coached at 2 schools where basketball's king, Kentucky and Louisville. But there's only a few states like that: North Carolina, Indiana, Kentucky. Everything else is dominated by football, American football. So it's nice. The passion is so good for basketball here. I'm really looking forward to it. I hear the fans are great for the home team.
Coach, in your opinion, what would be the main keys in tomorrow's game?
You know, we've got a lot, like most teams. I'm sure Coach would say the same thing about his team. When you take over a team where you're under 500, every program I've ever taken over, when I took over the Knicks, they won 21 games, and we got them to 52. When I took over Kentucky, they were on probation. When I took over the Celtics, they won 15 games. Every time they bring in a new coach, there's problems. The problems with this team is we don't rebound well. we don't shoot well, and we lack fundamentals. So like against Barcelona, our team played really, really hard, and with 5 minutes to go in the game, it's tied, but we got our rebound in the second half, 24-5. So what I'm trying to do in my very short stint as a coach is improve those areas, improve the fundamentals, improve the execution of all the fundamentals, rebounding to passing, because I was brought in the middle of the season. I'm here for a short stint. You know, it's I wrote a book called One Day Contract. My contract is 5 months, so it's a little longer than my 1 day. Okay?
Thank you, Coach.
Good seeing you guys.